Welcome to the new upower broadcast to speak about prevention on musculoskeletal disorders at work. I'm Michele Montagna, I'm a kinesiologist, I'm an ergonomics expert, doctor of sports sciences, and I deal with prevention, health and safety in the workplace. When it comes to occupational safety, we tend to think of the work helmet for protection, but another equally important and fundamental factor is workwear. For workers, for professionals, because suitable technology can assist workers' professional days by facilitating free movement, improving the working conditions of the professionals themselves. When we think of some professional categories like maybe the parketeur, the tyre repair or the mechanic, we have to imagine that these workers, these professional categories need suitable clothing, clothes that can certainly facilitate their working conditions, minimizing stress. Tension type, muscular, of the joint on the spine, but also psychological stress. So we have stretch fabrics, which favour movements such as bending, crouching, and everything that involves a traditional work-on-site activity. The equipment available to the worker must offer favourable conditions both from an anthropometric point of view, that means the measurements of one's own body, and psychological factors. Clearly, psychological factors are also related to how external climatic conditions are perceived. So, temperature, humidity and wind. And if the psychological and cognitive conditions are favourable, the worker will definitely work much more effectively. Kneeling, flexing, climbing day after day in one's workplace involves a whole series of muscle-facial tensions which can sometimes occur as a contraction. Sometimes these contractions are located in the connective tissue sheath interposed between one muscle and another. upower is extremely attentive to the dynamics related to the prevention, health and safety of workers, which is why it conceived highly innovative technologies. I've been able to test them with Raise, Blaze, Atom and Pluton, and the results have been amazing. To conduct these tests, I used biomechanics and ergonomics, that is, the science that studies the interactions between man and equipment at his disposal. And then surely, another essential factor to consider is the fabric technology. Because fabrics for a worker must be able to optimize the freedom of movement, therefore of the spine, of the upper limbs, but also of the lower limbs. Another important factor is related to wearability, because being able to have large pockets where you can place your work tools is for sure something that makes the job much simpler, smoother, easier, having your hands free to orient yourself in space. In the case of race trousers, the revolution is due to semi-elastic fabric technology. A fabric arranged at the height of the inseam which helps workers in bending movements, in squatting, and allows to reduce fascial tensions in the particularly delicate area, the urogenital area. Cordura fabric has also been specifically designed to offer high abrasion resistance, facilitating those kneeling movements on all fours to which workers are often subjected. And then absolutely the pockets, the many pockets which give the possibility to distribute in a fair, uniform way the weight, load on your body, facilitating more freedom of movement throughout the day. Blaze is a padded work jacket in soft shell fabric. Light, but at the same time soft and breathable, because it helps the worker during the day, protecting him against temperature changes, humidity, wind and external agents. It also uses a keep dry technology, which is a technology designed to offer maximum protection against cold, against water, against external agents, favouring a microclimate and therefore more favourable conditions to the worker during the day. A tailor-made technology. Atom trousers and the Pluton jacket offer upower 4-way stretch technology. It means that the fabric is able to move in 4 distinct directions, therefore it also means greater freedom of movement, more functionality, less tiredness, less feeling of fatigue during the day, and definitely this also promotes concentration as well as the possibility of being able to work much more effectively. It's essential to remember that often work jackets that haven't been specifically designed for a purpose put the worker in a condition of having to assume bad postures, so-called analgesic postures. These are postures that basically the worker tries to assume so as to not feel pain. Automatically, these postures over time will tend to appear, to become chronic without the worker himself realizing it, basically. Therefore, the upower 4-stretch fabric also helps workers throughout that series of demonstrations of symptoms related to the higher problems: cervical in the shoulder humeral area, therefore brachial neuralgia, cervical pain, paresthesia. Annoying numbness sensations that do not allow to face the day well. The fabric in this case accommodates our needs. While in the trousers case it manages to improve microcirculation, especially at the height of the popliteal fossa, the posterior area of the knee, which is a particularly sensitive area during bends and squats. With the jacket and the trousers we have the opportunity to enjoy greater freedom of movement. This basically translates into a better general circulation, therefore a greater blood supply. So it also means greater oxygenation of the muscles, joints, tissues, organs, and therefore this basically means greater vitality, greater well-being in its entirety. The temperature remains constant, offering maximum protection, the best condition linked to the microclimate of the worker. The fabric dries very easily, protects from cold, wind and humidity. upower then also offers practicality thanks to the numerous pockets, so much space available that allows you to have your hands free during the day. The windproof cuffs, the hood and the reflex inserts that offer maximum visibility even in the most difficult conditions. If you want to learn more, to know which is the most suitable item of clothing for your work needs, read the article, study, fill in the form, and I'll be able to direct you in the choice that best suits your needs. Don't worry, be happy with upower.